Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about type of the matrices. Now first we say row matrix. Now a matrix having only one row, that is called row matrix. That means जो first fix है I, that is equal to 1, and second fix that denote column that running from 1 to n. A is equal to aij 1 into n. For example, A हम ले रहे हैं 2, 1, 3, 5. That means 4 columns and 1 row. So this is the matrix of the form 1 by 4. Second example, B is equal to 2 under root 3 and 3. That is a row matrix of the order 1 by 3. Second, take column matrix. A matrix having only one column, that is called column matrix. For example, A is equal to aij, जो first fix है that denote number of row and rows running from 1 to m, and second fix j that not number of column and that will be equal to 1. That means column matrix have only one column. For example, A is equal to 2, 3, 5. That means 3 rows and 1 column. In other words, can say that only vertical line is only 1. And B is equal to 2, 1, 3, 4. That is a column matrix of the order 4 by 1. थर्ड हमारे पास है रेक्टेंगुलर मैट्रिक्स. जैसे कि नाम से हमें पता है रेक्टेंगल, एंड वी नो दैट इज अ क्लोज रेक्टिलाइनर फिगर with the length and the breadth. Length is not equal to breadth, जैसे कि हमने पिक्चर में शो की है. Similarly, a matrix of the order m by n, where m is not equal to n, that is number of columns is not equal to number of rows, that is called rectangular matrix. Note कैसे है, A is equal to aij m by n, where I running from 1 to m and j running from 1 to n and m is not equal to n. Now for example, A हमारे पास मैट्रिक्स है 2, 4, 6, 5, 1, 7, 2 horizontal lines, that means rows, and 3 columns, 2 by 3. Similarly, B 2, 5, 7, 1 minus 4, 6, that is 3 by 2. Number of rows is not equal to number of columns, that is a rectangular matrix. Next हमारे पास है square matrix. The rectangular figure in which all the 4 sides are equal, that is a square. Similarly, a matrix of the order m by n, where m is equal to n, that is number of columns is equal to number of rows, that is called square matrix of the order n. It is also called n-rowed square matrix. Now for example, 2, 4, 5, 1, that is a 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 by 2 matrix. In other words, say it is a square matrix of the order 2. Second example, 2, 4, 6 and 5, 1, 7, 4, 2, 3, that is a square matrix of the order 3 by 3. That is called square matrix of the order 3. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास है ट्रेस ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स. जैसे कि स्क्वायर मैट्रिक्स में हमारे पास क्या है, लेंथ इज इक्वल टू ब्रेथ एंड देयर इज अ डायगोनल. सिमिलरली, ट्रेस ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स, द सम ऑफ ऑल डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स A, that is called trace of the matrix and it is written T tray A. Now for example, हमारे पास given matrix है 2, 4, 6, 5, 1, 7, 4, 2, 3, that is 3 by 3. तो हमारे पास डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स कौन से होंगे, जहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ रो इज इक्वल टू नंबर ऑफ कॉलम, दैट इज A11 प्लस A22 प्लस A33, दैट इज इक्वल टू 2 प्लस 1 प्लस 3, दैट इज इक्वल टू 6, दैट इज अ. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास है diagonal elements of the matrix. Now a square matrix Aij n by n be a square matrix, then the elements Aij for which I is equal to j, that is called diagonal elements of the matrix A. And the diagonal elements are A11, A22, A33 and ANN. जैसे हम मैट्रिक्स में शो कर रहे हैं, तो जो वहाँ पास रेड लाइन पॉइंटेड है, दे ऑल आर डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स. एंड बाकी जो तुम्हारे पास रेस्ट एलिमेंट्स है, दे आर कॉल्ड नॉन डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स ए. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास प्रिंसिपल डायगोनल और लीडिंग डायगोनल. नाउ द लाइन along which all diagonal elements lie, that is called principal diagonal or leading diagonal of the matrix. Now for example, given matrix है A is equal to 2, 1, minus 1, 3, minus 2, 5, 1, 5, minus 3. That is a square matrix of the order 3. Diagonal elements वापस है 2, minus 2, minus 3. So line along which these elements lie, that is called principal diagonal. Now next come to diagonal matrix. Now a square matrix Aij of the order n is called diagonal matrix if the all elements except those in the diagonal leading diagonal are 0. That means Aij is equal to 0 for all I is not equal to j. In other words, we can say non-diagonal elements are all 0. So a diagonal matrix of the order n by n having the elements d1, d2, dn as diagonal elements is denoted by diagonal d1, d2, dn. And next है example देखते हैं 6, 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0, 4, that is the diagonal matrix of the order 3. तो यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं कि सारे diagonal elements क्या है, नॉन जीरो, और all diagonal elements are 0. तो along which the line 6, 5, 4 lie, that is called principal diagonal line, and it is also denoted by A is equal to diagonal 6, 5, 4. Next come to scalar matrix. A square matrix in which every non-diagonal element is 0 and all diagonal elements are equal, that is called scalar matrix. For example, A is equal to 4, 0, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 0, 4. All non-diagonal elements are 0 and all the diagonal elements are equal to 4. That is called scalar matrix of the order 3. And next come to identity matrix. A diagonal matrix in which all diagonal elements are equal to 1, that is called unit matrix or identity matrix. And for example, In हमारे पास क्या है, Aij n by n. Aij is equal to 0 if I is not equal to j. Aij is equal to 1 if I is equal to j. Now identity matrix of the order 2, that is equal to 1, 0, 0, 1. Similarly, identity matrix of the order 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1. Next come to 0 or null matrix. A matrix each of whose element is 0 is called a 0 matrix or null matrix. We note the 0 matrix by capital O. Now 0 matrix of the order 2, that is equal to 0, 0, 0, and 0 matrix of the order 1 by 3, that is 0, 0, 0. 0 matrix of the order 2 by 4, that is 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 0, 0. That means 2 rows and 4 columns. That's all. Thank you.